Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. Hope you're doing well. This is your prediction for December 2025. Please keep in mind, it is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements. And also, if you are a time traveler member, I'd like to thank you very much for your support, for your subscription. You will be seeing this reading ahead of the other subscribers. So you'll see it this month as an exclusive to you. Then within a day or two, I'll release it to the rest of the subscribers. But as of January 2026, the monthly predictive reading will be yours and yours alone. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So let's get into the Aquarius collective now for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Aquarius need to know for December 2025? What do they need to know for December 2025? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, you have the 10 of Cups. In the top row, you have the 9 of Cups, you have the 8 of Cups, and you have the Hierophant. Flanking your 10 of Cups is the Magician, the Queen of Cups. In the bottom row, you have the 3 of Cups, King of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. Bottom of the deck now, we are looking into January. 5 of Wands, the Chariot, the Page of Cups. That leaves the 7 of Swords to the 4 of Swords to the Empress here at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to clarify that a bit for you. We'll take a sneak peek into January. Right now, let's just focus on December. You have some good cards on the table, although I hate to clarify when I see the good cards, but we need to clarify to get the full scope of the message. So for that, I'm using the After Tarot deck. The cards in this deck have different images as well as different meanings, and we'll go through them as necessary. Tapping into the Aquarius collective now for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for December 2025. We are clarifying 9 of Cups, 8 of Cups, the Hierophant, the Magician, 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups, King of Cups, and 10 of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The 9 of Cups is being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. The 8 of Cups is clarified by the 2 of Wands. The Hierophant is clarified by the 10 of Swords. Whoa. The Magician is clarified by the 9 of Pentacles. The 10 of Cups is clarified by the Hermit. The Queen of Cups is clarified by Judgment. I just got a bunch of spirituals like goosebumps. 3 of Cups clarified by the 7 of Cups. The King of Cups clarified by the Queen of Cups. And the 10 of Wands clarified by the Ace of Swords. January, the Star, 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups, Justice to Temperance to the 10 of Wands. I'm an Aquarius rising. I don't know how much this affects me, like pertains to me. Obviously, I'm not reading it about me. The point that I'm making is this might not apply to all of you because I'm not seeing where it applies to me. But you're going to have to take it how it resonates. I've tapped into a group of you. I hate to say exchanging. You're leaving one thing for another. I don't think you're taking any action in December to solidify it, but you're solidifying it to yourself. I've tapped into a group of Aquarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. The Hermit to the 10 of Cups. This is your energy for the entire month of December. This is going within, and based upon, I'm speaking like you, based upon my life experiences, the defeats, the setbacks, the triumphs, the successes. What is happiness? What is happiness? What does it look like? What is it supposed to look like? What is it supposed to look like when you're in a job that makes you truly happy? What is it supposed to look like when you wake up every day and you're actually happy about the life you have? What does it look like to be authentic? To be authentically happy? What does it look like to be in a partnership that would make me truly happy, or in a living environment that would make me truly happy? I have a group of you here where you're questioning, what is happiness? What is love? What is happiness? Do I really have it? I'm not sure I have it. That's why I'm doing this internal review of my life, if you will. That's how I'm feeling right now. You're wise. And you're looking at that lantern in your hand, which holds the star card. And we see that here in January. There's a feeling of, I feel like my life is missing something. And I'm not happy with blank. And I don't know what blank is for you. I'm not happy with my job. I'm not happy with my marriage. I see the Hierophant, Justice. I'm not happy with my job, my marriage, my relationship, maybe a religious organization I'm part of. When I see the Hierophant, could be that, or a community group I volunteer in, or that I'm a member of. That Hierophant could be a lot of different things. But I know you're going within in the month of December. And not only are you trying to figure out what makes you happy, you're figuring out that whatever the Hierophant is for you doesn't make you happy, or it no longer makes you happy. I don't think you're abruptly leaving work, or abruptly, leaving your residence, or abruptly ending a marriage or a long-term commitment, or quitting some community group or religious group you're part of. But the feeling here is like, what, after the new year, it's something I plan on doing. Now, I don't see a lot of planning for you, but again, this is just internal to you. I'm not going to do it before the holidays or before the end of the year. But when the new year comes, that's what I'm planning to do. So I don't know who or what it is you're leaving. You're not leaving them in December, but you're planning to leave them in the new year. 9 of Cups to the Ace of Pentacles. I think you figured out what happiness is, or you will be figuring out what happiness is. You're looking for something new in the Ace of Pentacles. I have a group of you where you're leaving something behind and you want new. You want a new place to live. You want a new partnership. You want a new job. Maybe you want to open up your own business. Maybe you're tired of working for someone. I'm getting this feeling of you of, I don't want to do this anymore. And you feel bad. There's some regret here. It's like you feel sorry for leaving the group, or you know what I mean, the community group, or the religious organization, or the marriage, or the person, or the place you're living at. There's it just no longer makes me happy, and I'm sorry. That's how I'm feeling. That's your energy. I really thought about it, and it just no longer makes me happy. 2 of Wands to the 8 of Cups. I'd like to move forward from this, and I'd like to move forward with someone else. I'd like to be in partnership with someone else. And that could play out in a myriad of different ways for you. I want to move forward and find another boss. I want to move forward, find another business partner. I want to move forward and find another lover. I want to move forward and find another community. But your decision here of like, should I go? Should I not go? I think you've been in this for approximately the last 8 months, going back and forth. Do I do this? Do I not do this? I think you've been sitting at the Y point for a while. And your decision here seems to be, we've got 8, 9, 10 of Cups. It took a while there for you to go within and figure out what happiness is. And you're deciding that the Hierophant is something that no longer makes you happy. In the After Tarot deck, what's done is done. This is a final decision, a final judgment call, if you will. You're calling judgment on this, on whatever it is that you're leaving behind here. You're absolute, you're resolute about it. There's no resurrection here. In the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, we see, if you ever look carefully at the card, the person's laying down on their stomach, and you have the sun coming up, because astrologically it is the sun in Gemini, which means the worst is over. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And the individual is sort of giving like an okay sign if you ever look at their hand. There's no okay sign here. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, but not here. Not with this. Not with this institution. Not with this connection, not with this person, not with this job, not with this living environment, like whatever this is for you. And Magician to the 9 of Pentacles is, now that I figured out that I'm walking away from whomever, whatever this is, now I'm manifesting the ability to become single and independent of it. So maybe you need to find another job, right, to replace this one, another place where to live, to leave this one. For some of you, you could be wanting to, you're manifesting wealth or money so you can leave behind a partner. Or you could actually be manifesting a new partner. There's definitely a feeling here of I'm becoming single, free, and independent, a blank, after a lot of thought and consideration. And I'm making a judgment call that I'm moving in a direction of something or someone entirely different. Someone here that you see as your match. King of Cups to the Queen of Cups to Judgment. This you're seeing as the fulfillment of those 10 cups. This is a drastically different energy than the Hierophant that you're leaving behind. This is warm. This is loving. This is an entity that you see as being balanced. It's an entity that you see as being comforting. You see it as an equal match to you. 3 of Cups to the 7 of Cups. What you're leaving on the shelf are 6 cups. Whatever past entity, like I said, situation, environment, or connection this has been for you, you're deciding to leave it on the shelf and you're moving towards the Ace of Cups. And you're absolute about this. King of Cups to the Queen of Cups. 10 of Wands to the Ace of Swords. There's a feeling here of, I now have clarity. I know the direction I'm going in. Excuse me. It might not be easy. This might not be something that I can do overnight, right? If I want to move from my house, I can't sell it overnight. But I definitively know I'm leaving this place. That's the feeling. And come January, I'm going to start getting that ball in motion. I know that I'm leaving this marriage. Might be a heavy weight to do it, but come January, I'm going to start getting that ball rolling. That's the feeling here. I'm leaving this job. Might not be easy to find another job, but I'm sure shit not spending all of 2026 here. So you're realizing, 1, you're getting clarity on what it is that you want. 2, that clarity is making you realize what true happiness is. 3, you're realizing the situation, environment, or connection you're in no longer lends to that happiness. 4, you're identifying something else or someone else that will bring you that happiness. And 5, the final point here is, I know it might not be easy to move towards this, but it's far easier than staying in this. And in January, we see the 5 of Wands, the Chariot, and the Page of Cups. There's a little internal battle here within you about when exactly is the precise time to leave behind whatever this is. The Star, the 8 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. When exactly is the right time to move into this new partnership, this new job, or this new relationship, or this new living situation? Again, I feel like you've identified it, or the idea of it has been identified, right? Because it's different for all of you. But Justice, Temperance to the 10 of Wands here. Again, we've got that 10 of Wands. It's like, I have to do it right. Knight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Cups. I have to move towards this 10 of Cups in the right timing. I have to do it in the right timing. I want to do it quickly, but I don't want to do it recklessly. I don't want to just leave a bad situation, environment, or connection and, you know what I mean, end up in another bad situation, environment, or connection. So I'm not going for the first job. You know, I want to take my time finding the right job. I don't want to just, excuse me, leave my home and then move into the next place. I want to take my time finding the next place. If I need to leave this marriage, maybe for some of you, you have 2 people. There could be triangulation here. I don't know. But if it's something like that, it's like, I need to leave the marriage the right way or in the right time before I move forward with this person. So you're going to have to take these messages how they resonate to you. But you're definitely moving towards the new. You're trying to, or at least desiring in January, to create a plan forward so you don't trip up or mess up or do anything reckless. But you seem to be resolute about this. Now, I wanted to clarify the 7 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the Empress here to the 8 of Pentacles. Whatever this entity is, whomever this is, that you're definitively deciding in the month of December you're moving on from, you're not telling them. And not only are you not telling them, you're giving them no indication that you plan on leaving. You're not letting this partner know that you're leaving them for someone else. I mean, you're giving no indication of it. You're not letting the job know that, hey, come New Year, I'm going to look for something else. You're not letting the landlord know that, hey, I'm looking for another place. I might cancel this lease or not renew it next year. Like whomever, whatever this is, an organization, or they have no idea. That's why the 7 of Swords is there. You're showing up in the 7 of Swords because you're like, I got to do this right. 7 of Swords, strategic, right? I have to be strategic, but at the same time, I can't let that entity know that I'm ready to go until I'm ready to go. Justice, because I want to do it in the fair and balanced way. Can I get 3 cards on that 7 of Swords there for Aquarius? It's definitely your energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your energy in that 7 of Swords, the moon. I got to keep it hidden. And I can't let anyone know about this. 5 of Swords. I can't let anyone know about this. 2 cards came out. 6 of Pentacles in the Tower. Because if that other entity knew that I was starting to explore other options or look for other ways how I'm spending my money, or I'm giving my attention to someone else, or it would cause a tower moment in my life. It would cause a headache. If this organization knew that I was leaving, it would cause a headache if they knew it like ahead of time. So there's something here of like, I don't even want them to know a little bit. So you are being a bit deceptive in the month of January, not wanting that entity to know. It's like you're afraid of fallout, or you don't want to be pushed out of whatever this is before you're ready to leave. Like, since this is your decision to leave, you're going to leave on your terms. Can we get timing when Aquarius officially leaves that Hierophant? Not every card in tarot is timing, but we'll see what we get for you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 4 Swords. That's within 4 weeks. 3 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Between 4 and 8 weeks. So between January 1st and March 1st is when you are leaving this entity or informing them that you're leaving them. Like, it could be you find a new job, but then you have to give this job notice. Or maybe you're telling your partner that you want a divorce, or you're listing your house for sale. There's something like that between 4 and 7 weeks. I really feel here that we go right back to that 2 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. It's almost like you're waiting for something with the new to establish. Like, you'll give this job notice when you get the next job. You know what I mean? When you know where you're going to live, then you can exit the lease or put your house up for sale. When you make a plan with this person, that's when you're going to be able to leave this person. When you wrap up the work with the organization or institution that you have dealings with, or you're a member of, or you're a part of, like, when I can wrap up those loose ends, that's when I'm moving forward. And you're not happy about this. You're in search of your happiness. You've identified your happiness. But in that 5 of Cups, I get that feeling of you feel bad leaving behind whomever or whatever this is. But you're going to leave them behind anyway. And it could be a community. You know, it could be speaking to an Aquarius where you live within a community or condo association, or, 55 plus community. And yeah, you're going to feel bad leaving these people behind, but you feel like it's best for you to do that. Can we get 3 cards, please, on that Star, 8 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups for January? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Tower to the Tower. I told you. The Ace of Cups, you're going for the new. And the Emperor, and you're making that decision whether you're masculine or feminine. You're going to let go of something you've been holding on to for a long time. In the After Tarot deck, the 4 of Pentacles is met by the Grim Reaper, scorpionic energy. It's death. It's over. So you're calling it over internal to you in December. In January, you're creating a plan. You're going to be very strategic and a bit deceptive because you don't want this other entity to know until, like, you figure out some loose ends or tie up loose ends or something like that. But you're moving forward towards the new. You're just going to keep it to yourself. It's interesting how the Emperor has armor on under that robe, that velour or velvet robe there. It's like you're waiting for this entity to find out, because then you'll have to go to war. Some of you'll have to battle it or something like that if they find out ahead of time. But you're concealing what you're doing. You're concealing going towards the new. And you're also trying to avoid that entity from finding out earlier, because it'll cause a tower. Tell me about that tower. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, 9 of Wands. The Hierophant, and that's what you're leaving. You don't want them to find out before you're ready. Queen of Swords, you don't want them to have clarity or find out that you're moving towards the new World card, that you're closing out this cycle. So That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Looks like you're leaving A for B, internal to you in December. And in January, you start to lay the groundwork. You're very deceptive. I got to be honest with you. I'm an Aquarius rising. I don't know how this is going to play out for me. I mean, I am a volunteer with several organizations. So I don't know, maybe something happens in December and I decide to move away from them. You know, I don't know, again, what that is to you, but we appear to be pretty deceptive here in January and February because that entity is not going to know until we're ready because we're trying to avoid a tower moment. It's like we want to get all of our ducks in a row and dot our I's and cross our T's before we officially leave. And it looks like we're officially exiting within 4 to 8 weeks of the new year. One card here. Or can I get 3 cards here for Aquarius? Thank you. It says obstacles and blocks are lifted. I think you are deciding to remove yourself from, I hate to call it a human being a block if this is a person, but yeah, you're removing obstacles and blocks to your happiness. And that Hierophant is something you're identifying this month as being a block to your happiness. Change. Now, it says employment change. For some of you, could be work-related. For others of you, it's a situation, environment, or connection that you pour a lot of pentacle resources in. It looks like you're looking to change it, looking to leave it, and you're remaining positive, faithful, and optimistic in respect to your future. Let's get a couple more oracle cards. We'll close it out with Kippers, and I'll give you your I Ching for the month of December as well. I was a little nervous reading this, to be quite honest, because I don't know what cross watchers are watching this for you, but I feel like your feeling is like I don't want to be miserable anymore. I just want to be happy. And I think there's sadness here that whatever this is, you have to leave it behind. And I'm not saying that it never made you happy. You're just realizing it no longer makes you happy. The first card that came out was Divine Alchemy. You're moving beyond your current challenges and you're focusing on what you desire. This Queen of Cups, King of Cups, 10 of Cups. And then you have Dharma is unfolding. Remember that you are on the path and you're taking one step at a time towards what? Your happiness. And then you have love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. Yeah, I don't think you have any great disdain for whomever or whatever this is. That's why you kind of feel bad moving away from it or leaving it behind, like I said, or giving your notice, or it could be divorce for some of you. Yeah, I mean, do you feel bad? You do. But you're also in search of your happiness. You know what? I'm going to make an exception for you. How does the Hierophant, whatever that is, how does it feel about you? I'm just saying it because I don't know if it's a job. So if you're a person, you're the cross watcher watching, don't be offended. But how does the, let me get a couple of these other cards here. Sorry. Thank you for that reminder. Okay. How does the Hierophant, however you define that, whatever that is to you, how does it feel about Aquarius? How does the Hierophant feel about Aquarius? Let's get one more shuffle. Thank you. How does the Hierophant feel about you? 5 of Pentacles, Strength, and the Page of Wands. Bottom of deck, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, King of Pentacles. The Hierophant isn't that excited about their relationship or connection with you either. So whatever this other entity is, they persevere. They're not going to fire you tomorrow if this is a job, but they're considering finding someone else for your position. So you just seem to be a little further ahead than that entity. They're just starting to discover, maybe I should replace Aquarius. And you're already here at the point as I'm definitely replacing this job. You know, so there's something like that here at play. You know, the landlord's not very happy of you. They're just starting to consider maybe they should cancel your lease or not renew your lease or find another tenant, something like that. And if this is a partner, like a friend, family member, or lover, they're not happy in this connection. It takes them a lot to put up with it or show up within it. And they have been contemplating moving on from it as well. They're giving bare bones to it in the 3 of Pentacles. And how will this entity feel when Aquarius officially walks away from them? The Moon, the Sun, And the Four of Swords, bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. Their feeling here is they didn't see it coming. They didn't see you moving towards something new, or that you were making the judgment call to leave them behind. Whoever this is or whatever it is, like it's a job you've been at for a long time, or people you know for a long time, or a person you've been with for a long time. They don't see it coming, but there's also a sense of relief. I feel like whoever this was, they weren't happy in whatever this situation, environment, or connection is, but they didn't want to be the first to leave. So there's a feeling of, well, I didn't see that coming, but I'm kind of glad you did it because I wasn't happy with this arrangement either. But yeah, their feeling is here. I didn't see it coming. So whatever you're doing in January and February, maybe even in December, appears to be pretty convincing for this entity because they don't see it coming. You get an I Ching here for Aquarius, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for December 2025. Can we get an I Ching here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Small taming, card number 9. Creating success. A time of restraint brings great hope for future growth and success. Yeah, I think you're restraining yourself from ending this right now, or allowing this individual or entity to know that that's what you're doing. You're no longer contemplating doing this. Like in December, you're making the decision to do this. It may feel more like a frustration or a setback. And I think that's a little bit what you could be feeling. Like, I really wish I could do this now, but I can't. And again, it might be because I find another place to live or another job, or, or I'm waiting till after the holidays. But waiting is actually best for you. I think you're going to be able to plan this out better. So you're sort of taming this lion here. Is a feeling that I'm getting. Can I get another card here? Yeah, I think you're taming the lion. I think whatever this is with those two towers, you're afraid that it could like retaliate or fire you early, or it's something like that. You don't want it to make a move before you're ready to make a move. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And you have beauty, creating success. Let's get you some tarot on this. And abundance. I think you're moving towards abundance, emotional abundance. And it actually says, do not mourn. Do not mourn. This is a fitting sacrifice. I hate to say that about something or someone else, but there's a need here for you to let this go. You're doing the right thing by moving towards something or someone new. Can we get a card on that small taming? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles, you're creating that plan. Again, I think it's something you're doing slow. This is not an overnight change. Can I get one more card on that, please? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, Five of Swords. And you're going slow and doing this plan, the Devil. I think, I don't want to say that this person, place, or thing is toxic. I think you just don't want to hear. I think you just don't want to hear about it. Like they're back here, they would be screaming about it. I think you're trying to be smart about this. So you're not dealing with too much of the fallout, or that you can at least control the ending or control the fallout. Can I get one card on beauty there? One more shuffle. Thank you. And on beauty, Five of Cups, I'm telling you, there's something here about feeling bad about moving towards something new or leaving behind whomever or whatever this is. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I just saw the Ace of Cups and I was saying moving towards the new. Yeah, Two of Swords, Judgment, and the Hermit. I think you thought about this a long time. Judgment, Hermit, and the Death card. Putting an end to whomever or whatever this is. But I do think you feel bad. But part of you also doesn't realize, because you're blindfolded here in that Two of Swords, that entity isn't particularly happy with the direction of whatever this is either. So they seem a bit relieved when you're the one to finally end whatever this is. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Looks like your decision is finalized in December 2025. It'll be interesting to see come January and February how you progress forward and who or where, you're progressing forward to, but we'll find out in January. That is what I have for you. If you're celebrating any of the holidays in December, I'd like to wish you a very happy holiday season. Be safe, be smart. Clearly, you know what you're doing. You know what you're dealing with here. So I don't think I have to say much more about your reading, but I do Hope that you have a nice holiday season. Thank you once again for being a time traveler. I appreciate your support. Remember, in January, this reading will be exclusive to you. Please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.